Hi, and welcome to Best in Tesla. So after Tesla stock has shot up over 60% in a couple of weeks, the same talk we have been having for many years is starting to cook again. How can Tesla's valuation be more than all of these many car companies combined? It just doesn't make sense. Well, let me show you why it makes complete sense, because Tesla's plausible future valuation could be even higher, much higher than the entire automotive industry. So let me show you why, and let's dive right in. So, as I said, after Tesla stock shot up 60% over a couple of weeks, people are starting once again to talk about how Tesla's valuation can be more than all of these many car companies combined. It just doesn't make sense. Well, it's like taking Apple, and that has a market cap of $3.3 trillion, and say, why are Apple worth more than all of these automakers combined? Well, Apple is not a car maker. No, they tried to be one and spent $10 billion in 10 years, but they had to give up. But no, they're not a car company. Yes, Tesla is also a car company, but also a car company. But they are also an energy company, a software company, an autonomous company, a robot company, an AI company, all rolled up into one company called Tesla. And in my view, it is very simple. And I think this is probably the simplest explanation I have ever seen.
Dead, alive.
That's simple.
Yeah. Dead, alive. Dead, alive.
Yes, I completely agree. That is why Tesla is valued so much more, because it has a future, and a very bright one, as I will show you, and many of the others here I don't believe will even be alive. But also, if we look at Apple and Tesla, I would even say I think Tesla has more going for them than Apple does. And Apple is valued 3 times higher than Tesla. So why are Tesla so undervalued, I might ask? Because I think Tesla is going to solve full self-driving that Apple tried and failed, and then they will solve the humanoid robot, which will be orders and orders and orders of magnitude more valuable than all of Apple. Just that one product from Tesla, Optimus. As Søren Basher also showed in his valuation model that he shared with Herbert on Brighter with Herbert, where he tried to calculate how much Tesla's Optimus Play could be worth. And Søren is taking the production of the robots to 50 million units being produced in 2035. And keep in mind, I know these are big numbers, but keep in mind, this is only half of what Tesla is actually aiming for in production. Elon has said that they're aiming for 100 million robots a year, but has not said anything about when, of course. But that is just to say that Tesla is aiming for something that is twice as high as what is in Søren's model here. And Elon has also said that he thinks already by 2040 there will be more robots than humans. So Elon sees a really sharp rise in humanoid robots. So these numbers Søren is showing here is probably very conservative. So keep that in mind, because these numbers are nuts. Because the numbers are so huge that no one on Wall Street is even willing to talk about it. Even though we have just seen Morgan Stanley has modeled a valuation for Tesla's humanoid program. It is not part of their current price target, but they assign a present value of $485. So still more than all of Tesla today, but this is very small numbers, as you will see. So it's not in Morgan Stanley's price target just yet, but a sign that even Wall Street is actually starting to try to calculate the valuation of Tesla humanoid robot. So it will probably not be long before we see some real price target for Tesla's valuation from Wall Street that actually includes the humanoid robot. Nice to see, but they are not really calculating the true potential of Tesla's humanoid robot, as CERN did here, because he is saying that if Tesla could earn about $10,000 a year for every robot they deploy, as Tesla will no doubt not just sell the robot one-off and that'll be it. No, it is way too valuable to do that. You will no doubt have to subscribe to the software that is running the robot that will get better and better over time. So CERN is saying $27 a day. So if the robot works like 20 hours a day, that is only like a little over $1 an hour. Very cheap labor when you think about it, so probably very conservative as well. But if we take the CERN valuation here and ramp it up to 50 million units by 2035 and give Tesla a forward PE ratio of 100 and scale it back to 50 by 2035, well, Tesla's market cap could be $28 trillion in 2030, just 5 years from now, or $100 trillion in 2035. And that is only with about 200 robots deployed. Elon is talking about 100 million produced every year, so $100 trillion could be only the beginning, as Elon wants to have billions of Tesla robots deployed. So these insane numbers are what we are talking about when we are talking about Tesla being valued more than every other car company combined. Yes, in 2023, the global automotive industry was valued about $3.5 trillion, with expectation to rise to $6.8 trillion by 2033. The entire global automotive industry is peanuts compared to Tesla's humanoid robot potential valuation just 5 to 10 years from now. Just one product from Tesla. Then we're not talking about their car business or their insane valuation for their robotaxis or their energy business or their AI inference business or their charging network or their insurance business or anything. Only one product from Tesla, their Optimus robot, has the potential to be like 100 times more valuable than the entire automotive market is in maybe like 15 years. So that is why people that look at Tesla as a car company just don't get the company. That would be like looking at Apple and saying, oh yeah, they are a company that make mouses for computers. Well, yeah, they do make a mouse for a computer, but that is not their core business. As Tesla's car business, as we know it today, is going to be so irrelevant in 5 to 10 years that Tesla could just stop making cars, as it's going to be a rounding error on their earnings report. But that little rounding error is all that Wall Street focus on. Oh no, the margins are down on their car business. Who cares? The future of Tesla is autonomy, AI, and robots. And I am not a stock analyst. I hardly know anything about it. I just focus on Tesla, the company. But people get so caught up in when will Tesla hit $500 in stock price? When will it hit $1,000 in stock price? I don't really care about when. I just try to look at Tesla and try to look out in the future and see if there is a potential for Tesla. And I don't really care if Tesla stock hits $500 in 2025 or 2027, because I just know it will probably hit that target at some point with all the many things Tesla has going for it. It is likely to become a behemoth of a company, probably the biggest the world has ever seen, maybe only matched by SpaceX. And I am holding my Tesla stock for the next 20 to 30 years. I'm a young man, so I don't really care when it will be at what level. I just think it's bound to go up over time, and I have a very long investment horizon, so that is why I never really talk about where Tesla stock will be in the next 12 to 18 months, because no one knows, and I just don't care. I know institutional investors need to make money for their clients every year, so they can't just watch Tesla stock go sideways for 3 years, and that is why Ross Gerber is so angry with Tesla now. But for me, it plays no role, as I just look at the company's fundamentals, and they have never looked stronger, and the future has never looked brighter than where we are today. And yes, there are rivals in the EV space, but it won't be long before Tesla's EV business will become irrelevant for the Tesla story when we're talking about profits. But let the mainstream media and Wall Street talk about all the competition that is coming for Tesla, as they have done for a decade, all they want. It is not really relevant for the future of Tesla, as Tesla is so much more than a car company. And some don't think it will be possible to build that many robots that quickly. But when it comes to the materials that is needed to build a robot, you could probably build 20 robots for the same amount of materials that goes into a car, as Søren Basher also shared on this chart. So that puts it into a little perspective of how fast this could actually go, as Tesla is also the supply chain king and is working super hard to make their supply chain ready for mass production of these robots. So I personally think many people are going to be surprised of how fast this is going to bring in valuation for Tesla, even in the short term, like 5 years. As John here also wrote on X, I am more skeptical than a lot of people in the tech space about the near-term utility for humanoid robots. Long-term, driven by AGI, sure, they're going to be an enormous economical engine, but business plans that have them making a dent in the next 5 years seems unlikely. Tesla can play the long game and maybe win, but I don't like the odds for startups. Always happy to see tech exceed my expectation, of course. But then Elon replied, well, Optimus is already doing some tasks in factories, and the scope of its ability is increasing rapidly. The toughest part by far is improving the design of Optimus for ease of manufacturing and tooling up the complex supply chain so it can be made in significant numbers. Yep, Tesla is not just working on making the robot work. They are already, and have probably been for a couple of years, working on the supply chain for the robot, making sure they don't sit with a nice little prototype, but have a product that is easy and cost-effective to build and have the supply chain ready for it for mass production. I don't think any of the other humanoid robot thinks this big or this fast as Tesla does, and none of them have Tesla's expertise of manufacturing at large-scale production. So that is also why I think Tesla will take the lion's share of the humanoid robot market, as they have thought this through all the way from the supply chain to the factories to the production process, and they are building everything in-house, so there is not going to be anything or anyone standing in the way of Tesla's exponential growth of the Tesla robot. And just remember, 2 years ago, Tesla did not even have a robot, and now they have a humanoid robot walking around in their factory doing some task. Just try to open up your imagination a little bit and try to see where this could be in another 2 years. The pace of progress here is just mind-boggling and is only speeding up. So I do think that we will see some valuation of the humanoid robot over the next 5 years. And if CERN's valuation model here is just somewhat accurate, we should see tremendous value for Tesla's humanoid robot already in 2 to 3 years. So I hope this gives you an idea of why Tesla is valued more than the entire automotive industry, because they have a plausible future valuation that could be an order of magnitude more valuable than the entire automotive industry. It's that simple. And thank you for watching. And until next time, take care out there and be nice.